Hi everyone, welcome back to Pastel Peony channel. Sorry for the lighting today, my big camera is not ready to be used, so I'm using my phone to record this video. In today's video, we're going to talk about wear and tear topic about these mini Horsebit 1955 from Gucci. And if you are interested to know about the wear and tear of this bag, please keep on watching. And just a quick background for you guys about this bag. I bought this bag in 2021 for my birthday, and it just newly launched at that time. I never seen the Horsebit before, but they remake it from, I don't know, the vintage model or something like that, and then they relaunch again. I'm not sure whether the time that I found out is the first time that I relaunch, but in 2021 it comes in two sizes. Nowadays, so two sizes, they have a new size that comes out to look like the longer version. I can insert the photo as well, but back then there was only the original size of the Horsebit, and this is a small size, and I tried on both the original size and small size fit me better because I'm a small not very tall person. And for this sizing, right, this comes with two straps, which is a leather strap over here and the cloth strap over here. This is very practical, whether in what kind of look you want to go for. You want to go for something casual, you can choose both of them, or prefer some shorter strap, then you can use this strap. It also indicate like you see the colors, you know it's Gucci, but this one is more subtle, this one is more quiet. In terms of the color, it comes in total of 3 colors at that time. So it comes in black, white, and then this shade, which is milk tea. I saw on the website it's called milk tea, but I don't know whether they got any other names or not. Sometimes I think it's kind of look beige, but a bit in a warm beige tone. And I was choosing between white and this color, the creamy beige, and I go for beige instead because I'm afraid of the white will be you know, easily stained and all that. So I should go for beige, even though it's the light color, but at least it's not a pure white. In terms of the pricing, at that time I bought it 3,970 Sing dollars. You can convert to USD or any currency that in your country, but it's definitely cheaper than right now because the price has been increased a lot during the past few years. Okay, now let's get started on wear and tear. I think I use it enough to give you a quite certain information of the wear and tear of this bag. Now let's get started. First, because a light color, so it has this stain and I cannot remove it. If you can see, I'm gonna zoom in for you, and I think you can see it clearly in the camera. So this happens on both sides of the bag is because of the hardware. So this gonna hooked with the hardware that I'm gonna show you later. But I'm gonna show you that in both sides it has some stain over here, which is quite hard to remove, and then it's quite hard to avoid as well because you have to use this bag with strap, and these causing the dark stain like so due to the hardware. And this is how it happens. So if I click this and then if I use it, you will see that this part is touching the bag. So when we use it for a long time, these two wrapping each other, and then it's causing this stain over here. And in order to avoid it, you might change to other types of strap that is not this kind of hook, you know, this kind of design, which is from Gucci themselves. This one as well is look the same design, but I saw on some website that they have some extension that you can attach to it, and then you will hook this strap up here instead. I will insert the photo so that it's easy to see. So that helps to avoid these types of stain and all that. And again, because it is a lighter color bag, so if you see it from here, you might not notice anything visible, but if you zoom in a little bit more, you might see a little bit here and there, which I also cannot clean it away. So this, I don't know when this happened. I'm not sure whether you can see this one. That is some, not a scratch, but it's some dirt. Yeah, I cannot clean it. I don't know. I'm using the cleaner, leather cleaner, also it doesn't work. And inside, not quite. Behind, also still in a very good condition. I don't see the stain that many. A little light line over here. The base here, you might see a little bit, you know, the darkened color, which I think it might be able to clean it away. Yeah, so I think that is all so far. So I would like to, I would like to thank for how they make the texture of this bag. It's not the smooth leather. As I mentioned in the previous video as well, I like this bag because it has a certain texture on it, and then they coat it with this kind of shiny effect, and that makes it kind of certain protection for this one and make it more practical and easy to use, so you don't have to baby it that much. Next that I want to tell you, but I'm not really think it's a big deal, is how it's peeled off over here. As you can see, there's a line over here, and it will slowly fade, which some point is peeled off as well. And to me, it doesn't really disturbing, but I think in the future it might be more visible, like this spot, yeah, like this spot. So it start to come out. Yeah, it will slowly peel off. I don't know about other bag, or is this my bag only. You see the line here, and this is already peeled off, and then there's continue one line here and then peel off. Yeah, there's a dot 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 dot. Yeah, like that. There's no consistency, because sometimes it's peel off, sometimes it's not. Not a big deal, doesn't affect in terms of usage, but if you look at it closely, you will start to notice something that is going on. Yeah, so I think because wear and tear. Yeah, so I just put it in that way, it's wear and tear, so we have the bag to use it, and this is how it's getting older and older. In terms of the hardware, I still see it very shiny, although there might be some small scratches, as you can see in the reflection. Yeah, because we are using it, right? That's why it's really hard to avoid this kind of small scratches on the hardware. But there's no discoloration or anything. It's still in a very great condition. It's still shiny. It's still so beautiful. I love the gold hardware of Gucci. It's the yellowish gold. Usually I'm not a fan of like yellow gold, but they make it so pretty, like very luxury. Yeah, with the Gucci logo over there as well. And the durability is also quite good. I don't see any dysfunction or any faulty on the hardware as yet so far. Now let's talk about whether this bag can be used in the rain. I'm not that recommended. You want to use it in the rain, but if there's chance or the moment situation that is raining and you have to run, this bag has to be in the rain, no choice, because you didn't have any any other protection or anything. I encountered so many of the situation of that, and I didn't bring anything because I'm not a person who baby my bag. I run in the rain several times, I can tell you, because here in Singapore, and then I use this bag for traveling, and I run in the rain many times. nothing happens in terms of the stain. No water stain that I can notice. Back and front, there is no water stain, because every time when it gets wet from the rain, either it's heavy rain or it's small rain, usually this part, when you are indoor, immediately wipe the water away. That is what I usually do. If you notice something happens to the bag, just be quick and be fast in terms of fixing it. If I have tissue in my bag, I usually have a package of the small package tissue in my bag. I will immediately wipe all of these raindrops on the bag immediately, and to make sure that it's not going to absorb into the leather or anything, because I cannot guarantee whether it has any water stain. But I will just do whatever I can do at that moment. And then, as I mentioned earlier, it has like a shiny effect. It's kind of coat the bag at some point. That means the rain or water doesn't really immediately absorb into the leather, like immediately. It will just be an outside. It's at a surface over here, and then when you wipe off, everything is fine. Now let's talk about the color transfer. I have this problem very recently, and it was during the trip in Europe. I carry my camera together with this bag, so I usually put my bag in front because I try to make it safe. You know, if it's in front, so I make sure that there's nothing stolen or anything. And at the same time, my camera is in front as well. I'm gonna show you the photos. And color transfer happens unexpectedly because it's from my own camera transferred to my bag, which is like, what? It's not like close to the bag or anything else, but it's my own camera because it's touch each other over here. So I don't know how it happens, but this part of my bag turns very dark color, like all black stain over here, and I was shocked. I was like, oh my god, like how it happens. I'm not sure whether it's still being seen over here, but it's mostly gone by now. The thing is, my camera keep rubbing this area for a few hours. Actually, I keep working, I think it's like half a day, and then when I notice it, I immediately use my tissue to wipe it off. I don't even have like a wet tissue, or wet tissue, right? This might be easier to remove things, but I have a dry tissue, so whatever I have at that moment, I just wipe it off and then it works, even though with a dry tissue. So when I found they have a water spot that you can drink for free, so I dip a bit of the water in the tissue with the tissue and then wipe it over here, and then it's gone. So I think that if there's a color stain happens, maybe it depends on what type of stain it is. I'm not sure whether clothes is harder to remove, but my experience is use my own camera, which is in dark gray color. The remove is not that difficult, partly maybe because I found out very much early. I mean, I saw it immediately. Yeah, so I take action immediately. So my recommendation is that if you found any of the stain, you quickly remove it. And another recommendation is that the whole day when you go out with this bag in a light color, maybe end of the day before you keep the bag, check the bag first before you keep the bag in the closet. Check whether is there any stain so far today. Yeah, just to make sure that you won't leave it too long and then it becomes like a permanent stain. So if you check and then immediately cleaned it, it might be safer that way. That would be my according to my experience. So far, it's such a great bag, you guys. I would recommend this to many people. Gucci Horsebit is something very practical, and I would speak in terms of this small size because I never own a big original size, so I cannot say much about it. I love both size, but this small size fit me better, and I think it's one of the practical bag. At the same time, it's also quiet. If you are like me, I love anything that's not very visible in terms of the logo. It can use for several occasions. To me, I like to use it for travel because it's lightweight. It's not a heavy kind of bag, and the inside, you know, it's only one section. I hope they have a zipper pocket, but actually the zipper pocket we don't really use it often anyway. It's just since there's some credit cards or something like that, but the space is good enough for like daily essential. You can put your wallet. I would recommend a small wallet because long wallet may not fit or it may take a lot of space, so use a small wallet or card holder, and it can fit your any other essential, including the sunglasses you can put on top over here. The phone lane, definitely no need to worry about that. I'm using the Pro Max and it fits comfortably, so the small size is quite practical. And I hope all this experience sharing will be very helpful for you guys. And if you have any other question or comment, please feel free to drop me the comments down below, so I will go and answer your question or any feedback or anything that I can help you with. So hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.